Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I want to go over the Sunburst Thin Cut and Distress Oxide inks and what you can do with it, because I just thought this card was so easy and it looks really impressive as well. So what we gotta do is, well, first we of course gotta go do our thin cut in silver foil paper, because silver foil paper just looks so pretty when it's all metaled up. And then we take our scratch paper and our Distress Oxide inks. So I used chipped sapphire up here in the dark realm, mermaid lagoon, our new color, in the middle, and then peacock feathers here in the bottom. So you take your tools, and I have a special foam for each color, because you don't want to, heaven forbid, you mix them. So you just start, and you can see that my foam is only really dark on one side. And that's because I saw somebody say that you should only do it on one side, because if you gum up the whole thing with color, then you put it on your paper, you will forever have circles, because you'll never be able to get that out. So I have just kind of followed that and done the best I can. And you're kind of get circles anyway, but you can see how that initial push, maybe you can't see, that initial push really is darker than the rest. So if you can minimize that, and this is going to be a little hard, but I'm just going to kind of do the basics. So the main idea behind Distress Oxides is mixing. So I'm going to create this middle layer here, and I kind of want this layer to be the biggest, because this is the layer that's going to get mixed. And so once I get this layer down, and then the other idea behind Distress Oxides is layer, layer, layer. So if your project is not coming out the way you want, you just need to add more layers. So that is my initial laydown of my mermaid lagoon. And then I've got my chipped sapphire. So I've already engaged. You can see that it's already only half squared. So I'm going to work on this one now. And I'm going to start in one section. And I want to fill in that color, but you can see that these are quite a bit richer than this is even starting out. So we've got to get a lot more in here. And I don't really want to make you watch this whole thing, because it's going to take a minute. But I don't want you to make it think like it's supposed to happen in a second, or it will discourage you from keeping on going, because it's just, the more times you go over this, the better it will look. So you can see that I have some blue sections going over here, and you can maybe also see that the thicker that I get it, the easier it is to blend there. So just since we're here, I'm just going to take some more of the mermaid and kind of go over the top of the blue that we just did. And then I'll take some blue and go over top of the mermaid we just did. Back and forth and back and forth. Because you really don't want to lie. Okay, so that's getting pretty close, but in the end, I'm going to do some more of the mermaid down the middle. But in the meantime, I'm going to take off my chipped sapphire, and I'm going to put on my peacock feathers. Someone was bad on this one. It's a possibility it was me. Might have gotten lazy. Because you can see if you're only doing bits, but see how these little circles just kind of add up, but I'm just trying to get some ink on here real quick so you don't have to watch as long. I gotta get this white areas covered up. And then I need to richify without moving my table too much. I'm gonna get you seasick. I have a tendency to, not working, add muscle. Okay, so we've got a pretty good bed down of the peacock feathers. So now I'm going to go back to my mermaid lagoon and I'm going to do the same thing as that one. I'm going to go over again what we just went over. Get rid of some more of those white places. Add some more blue over the green. It is almost impossible to have too much color. Then I'm going to go back over the blue areas. Look at how pretty this is. So pretty. And I could continue going over things, but just for the sake of not having this take forever, you can go as many layers as you want to. And the more layers that you do, the prettier that effect will be when you use the water. But just so we can get it going, because I want to show you how cool that is. So just in case the water goes flying, I'm going to cover this up. I just have my old quarter bottle from forever. I think this was a Misty or something like that. I'm just going to add some water here. I want to do slow pushes because I want those big blobs. I love big blobs. But you can see how quick this is already happening. And I squirted a little bit more this time than I did last time. So it I oversaturated it because I am impatient, but you can see it's already getting that beautiful outer space, stars, realm going. And then all you have to do, since I made this larger than a card base, so now you can just cut it down after you let it dry a little bit. It's quite wet. And you know, if you don't squirt it as much as I just did, it will dry faster. But then once it's done, you can take it and cut your favorite. If your favorite is like this section here, the dark to the mermaid, or if you really like how this part came out and that, then just cut it to where you want it. And then it's ready to just slap on this card base, add your metal, add your fun message, and you've got a card. So how cute was that? And you even were here watching me do it. It didn't take that long. So let me know if this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.